where they say that they want to bring a shift from 7 to 4. But I recommend, Stefan, a 6 months shift for 24/7, 6 months. And mind you, those people who, they will know who could go in the night, and they know that people who get appointment for the day. And I know they could find out that. Because when you have your names there, you must know who the doctor could say, well, you fit for wheelchair people any day. 6 months, 24 hours,
Okay.
24/7, and we're going to deal with that. Have a nice day.
All right, no problem. Talking about that 24/7 thing, I did send in a recommendation that the pharmacy in the hospitals be open 24/7. The pharmacies in the hospital should not be closed. They should have a shift system operating there so that in the event that you need to get some sort of medication at any time of day or night, you could go to any one of the hospitals and get it. Usually the pharmacy is closed at a certain hour. Morning.
Yes, sir. YouTube feed breakdown, but I can't back on YouTube at all.
The YouTube feed breakdown?
Yeah, I trying to get all the back on YouTube. Just so it cut a very first part what you were saying earlier on, and since then it cut and I again back on YouTube.
Oh, it back up now. They said back up. Oh God. Yeah, they said back up. Like he phone, like the call dropped too. Like everything in the quarter drop in there this morning. Or doctor, the call drop. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
On Facebook.
Right.
When you went to buy, you can get the car, but it's 90% complete. Would you have still taken it?
No.
Well, exactly. If you're going to get something and
Oh gosh.
I don't understand this thing, and I would saying that I said before when you aired this. Those schools were 99% complete, 95 and up % complete, and all the schools remain there to rot.
Yeah.
How come they never cut a ribbon for those and open them? I don't understand how we could open a hospital that you say 90% complete.
Yeah.
I don't understand it at all. That is pure wickedness.
Well, I mean, from the footage.
Those
yeah, go ahead.
the school, all those schools that were left there to rot, they were more than 90% complete. And you left those schools there, and millions and millions and millions of dollars were spent to build those schools.
Right.
And they left them there, and the children had nowhere to still going, and they was falling down schools. Anyway, I go on.
All right,
you know
cool.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. But like I said, I can't tell how much of the central block was tore there, because as far as I see there's just 1 or 2 floors maybe in a about a 20-floor building. So I don't know what the other floors look like. Morning. But the media should know. If the media reported on it, they should know. Morning.
Stefan, this hospital, I really would like to hear Edie Stewart position on the opening of this, because I know he always talk about staffing, and staffing is, no matter who you feel Edie Stewart is, and you have his opinion, staffing is an issue. It has always been an issue in the hospitals we have.
Okay.
And, I hope there's a plan somehow to fix this and still find a way somehow to staff that hospital there. And I never like when a hospital is there, because I have a vehicle. I could drive in there anytime. But I always, in my mind, always concerned about the average individual who don't have a vehicle and say, hey, I just want to walk in this hospital. If I'm not mistaken, that hospital originally, I could be wrong, that its original space was supposed to be somewhere within Chaguanas. If I'm in the whole debate of how they put it here, it's on the highway and it will be accessible to people with vehicles. Second thing, I finish now. You say something this morning, and I'm an advocate for listening to the opposition since 1995. Because I born in 76, and my first time voting was in 95 and 2000. And if you remember, we had 3 elections in 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere there. We had that kind of melee. the voice of the people who maybe then they decide that they will win the election. But it's important to listen to any opposition.
I'm not saying, no, hold on. I'm not saying that we mustn't listen to the opposition or the opposition must not have a voice. I'm saying, if you create a problem, you're not entitled to tell anybody to fix it.
And Stefan, you have that opinion you can hold, and at the end of the day, if I say that you cause a problem, sit down and shut up, then now, what I really saying is that...
All right, let me ask you something. You have a car?
Yes, Stefan.
You have a car. You lend somebody a car for a week. They drive it, they bring it back for you. When they bring it back for you, the car have a dent because they get in an accident, right? And it have little problems to fix in the car. A problem created by them through driving your car irresponsibly. And when they bring back the car, they say, look, I got in an accident, but you go fix it now.
Right. Stefan, no, this is... You could think this argument, and as again, this is your show. I'm not going to try to talk you down from where. But what
No, you go ahead, I like these little debates. Go ahead.
I always believe, and this is how I would listen to Pastor Pandey, and I listen to Manning, and I listen to everybody, because there is a democracy, is that you're not entitled to speak. There is a dictatorship. There is an echo chamber where you're only hearing yourself. And that is never good for our country, to believe that PNM people must shut up.
No. Once again.
If it's a PNM, they're supposed to...
Hold on, caller. Hold on.
Yeah.
Once again. You're not understanding the context of my statement. The context of my statement is not that the opposition can't speak. It's not that the opposition should just shut up on everything. I am saying, if you created a problem, you are not entitled to tell me to fix it. This is what I'm saying.
But I only talking from our government. That thing about problem and fix it, but I'm glad that is not what you're saying. I'm happy to hear that is not what you're trying to say, because that always come across to me like, wait. So because somebody's opinion, and there is an opinion too.
All opinions are welcome here. All. You see how long I'm going with the call, right? Because we're debating. Because I'm trying to understand your point too. And this is why I tell people, if you disagree with me, now I like you. So bring your point, and now we could go back and forth. Because the people that agree with me, they will just call, make a statement, and they go. But when you call and you disagree, I like these little debates. But I'm saying everything must be taken in context. All right? Context is very important to any discussion, any debate, and in terms of a country moving forward, things must not be taken out of context when statements are made. My statement is very simple. If you come and you lie down in a bed in my house, and you get up on a morning and the bed ramful, don't tell me make it up.
You see why your show is one of the biggest shows that modern. You just find these kind of ways to say what you want to say. But so I'm glad you're not saying that PNM people must shut up and the opposition must stay quiet. I'm just glad that we clear up that.
I mean, let me just show you something a little further. If the opposition today... No. Hold on. They can't vex with you. Because I like these discussions. This is why I tell people, when you disagree, call. I don't like, it can't be that everybody agrees. I like when people disagree. That's why I give you time. If the opposition today was to ask the same question that I just asked as it relates to the Couva Hospital, I have no problem with it. Because Jolene John said a lot of the equipment is obsolete. Give us a list of the equipment that is obsolete. Because you're sending out a tender. When you send out that tender, obviously contracts will be granted for people to provide that equipment. Good? So that means money have to spend, taxpayers' money go and spend again. So before that tax money spent, we must know the list of equipment and why that equipment is obsolete and non-functional. Why must it be replaced? Because if you're saying that we don't have money and the economy isn't where it's supposed to be, are we in a position now to purchase this amount of equipment for the Couva Hospital, or can we use what is there for the hour until the economy turns around? So if the opposition was to come and say, well, look, I wouldn't look at the fact that they had it closed down for 10 years. I would say, okay, that's a valid question given that taxpayers' money go and spend.
Yeah. And
You understand?
What do you think about whether hospitals situated and the decision to build it on basically on the highway?
Personally, I have no problem with that. And I'll tell you why.
But me personally,
I'll tell you why.
What about the people who can't?
I understand what you're saying with that, with the transport issue, right? But I'm saying that we have to open our minds to decentralizing Port of Spain. Not everything must be in Port of Spain or San Fernando. There has to be a middle point. So that's why I have no problem with it.
Shogunas. What about Shogunas?
Well, Shogunas might have been an option, but for some reason or the other it wasn't, and this location in Couva was chosen. But let me tell you something, I have learned throwing events and seeing events, no matter where you throw an event, people will reach. You could throw something in Toko, people will reach. Alright, but other
hospital.
But alright, but other take another call. Other take another call. Now they go vex with me. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Oh God. Yeah, morning. I will go to the lecture. I'll go to the lecture 2 minutes. Morning. Wait now, what is going on? Fellas, why it keep jumping off it just keeps switching from Bluetooth and going to speaker. Let me see if it happened with this call too. Morning. Hello? Hello? Yeah, morning. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I realize it really amazed me that people want this government to do in a few months what the last one couldn't do in 10 years. And I realized that last caller, he looking to nitpick. When he couldn't catch you on the first part, he now come with the location.
Oh.
Anyhow, forget that. What I want to do, right, is with respect to this thing, right, with the hospital thing. First of all, I want to give praises to the doctors, nurses, and support staff at the San Rafael Health Center. Because when you go there, you there during a private hospital, you know. They treat you real good, you know.
Okay. Nice one.
You understand?
All right.
But with respect to the last government, all right, they are accustomed with smoke and mirrors to fool the population, the masses. But for their supporters, we go remove the M from the word masses. Because at the end of the day, no politician, children, going to no public hospital. And if they have to go, you know, they'll get first preference and preferential treatment over the average citizen.
Well,
but the smoke and mirrors.
But listen, on the location issue, there is a hospital sitting on in Port of Spain. There is a hospital in Mount Hope. There is a hospital in San Fernando. There is a hospital in Point Fortin. There is a hospital in Arima. So you place hospitals in specific areas, right? They put a children's hospital in Couva, okay? So if I need a treatment and I live in, let's say, Shogunas, but that treatment is only available in San Fernando, which happens at times, right? Because the machine might be down in Port of Spain or wherever, and the only machine at operation is in San Fernando. Then I had to leave Shogunas and go to San Fernando. It's the same, it doesn't matter the location. If you're sick, you're going to reach where you're going. You're going to reach to get the treatment. The location no matter. And then it's going to service people in the Couva area who don't have to go to Port of Spain and don't have to go to San Fernando. So anywhere you put a hospital, it will service people within that community.
Correct. But you know, as I say that, right? You know, Sandy Grande is the only hospital that I know of that if you get a snake bite, is there you have to go, you know.
There are certain hospitals that you could get specific treatments from.
Right.
You know.
So let me say you live in down south and you get a snake bite.
But you're dead. You're dead unless you have somebody willing to suck out the venom.
Yes.
Alright, man.
I realize too, you see what's going on. A lot of people would find to nitpick and problems with everything that this government do. And what does kill me is all they want them to do in a few months what the last one couldn't do in 10 years.
Well, I mean, look, after the budget and things get rolling, I guess we will see the performance of this administration, because really and truly, we haven't seen anything to date, anything significant to say, well, you know, I mean, they've done some things, but nothing on a major scale because, money talks and everything else walks. And until you have the money to do what you need to do, and you have the state boards and things that people that have been replaced on these boards, because on boards you need to put people that will deal with your agenda, right? You can't have people there who were loyal to a previous administration because they could undermine you. That is simple mathematics, right? We don't have to go into no long explanation with that. So until all these boards are changed and the money is there and allocated to each sector and the work starts, really and truly we haven't seen any performance. But my thing is, although you've been elected and you have to go to the media review to get a 3-point-something billion, work still has to be done. Work does not stop. I'm very disappointed in the Port of Spain Corporation for having the parks in the condition that they are, because they are responsible for the parks. And nothing is stopping them from cutting the parks and having them presentable, unless they're trying to undermine something and try and make it look like it's a CPEP issue. But CPEP does not deal with the parks. That's Port of Spain Corporation. The parks fall under them. And I was bitterly disappointed last week when I was walking around King George, and they still call it King George, Nelson Mandela, wherever you want to call it. And the amount of garbage that is piled up there that the corporation has not picked up yet, it's sickening. You have little children and these youth clubs going to Nelson Mandela every evening for training and to run around with a football and kick a ball and have fun and engage in sporting activities. And then you have people walking and running around the park. That's what they use it for exercise. And if you see garbage was just sitting there at Nelson Mandela, it was ridiculous. And that is the corporation work. And if the corporation not doing their work because the mayor ain't policing them, then the minister of rural government need to get up and do it too. Not do the work, but get on the Port of Spain Corporation or any corporation back and say, hey, what are you doing? Anyway, we take the break. Stay tuned. Ho, 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 ho. That's right, it's your boy Stephen Claus, and I'm here to tell you about the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. The date is Saturday the 13th of December. The location is Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary, and the time will be from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Premium drinks inclusive, live entertainment, food on sale. Tickets will be available from September the 30th, so keep it right here on Breaking Dawn for more information, or follow me on social media on my Facebook page, Stephen Reese, and I will see you on Saturday, December the 13th. Make sure and get all the tickets earlier. I shall say no more. Do not forget, this is a charity event. Part proceeds go to the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Bless.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure is the results she's coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh, 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. Just this morning, I see elders' classes advertised online. So we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Altars Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Figures. All right, so we're back. 10 minutes past your 7 o'clock. We got Eden Nights coming up in 25 minutes. You know, for those of you who were watching the show on YouTube, I have just been informed the YouTube feed was stopped because of the news report that we ran, which we are accustomed running for years now, the news report from CNC3 on the Couva Hospital, right? And they cited, this is why they pull it down, they cited medical misinformation. YouTube start back with that nonsense. I went through that in the pandemic, you know. They pulled on my channel at over 25,000 subscribers. They pulled on my channel, you know, and I had to start over the channel, you know. And after pulling on my channel and I lose all my subscribers and everything, I was proven to be right. And they didn't compensate me for that yet, for victimization. They start back with that nonsense, right? Talking about a hospital that been open since 2015. Talking about, boy, I tell you, you can't make this up, you know. You can't make it up. Trust me. Anyway. Lord Father, yeah, I tell you. Set while aboard. So, Satvire's Holistic Health Clinic, powered by nutritional therapy. It's very simple. Don't manage that disease when you could reverse them naturally, okay? And they specialize in reversing several types of diseases, from cancer to hypertension, drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. So call him today and book your appointment on 279-3935 or WhatsApp him on 761-1952 and get going today with your health, all right? Also, Flow, that's right, and Armor Security. Get non-stop protection with Armor Security with 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response. You and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro Security. Protection that moves to your beat. Visit discoverflow.co for details. Also, I would like to remind you about safety and rigging. So the Safety Rigging and Lifting Services Limited has over 2 decades of experience in rigging and lifting operations in the construction, oil and gas industry. And their services are available for offshore and land, process gas maintenance for projects, shutdowns, turnarounds, etc. Some of their specialized services include lifting and rigging awareness training, aligning and contracting companies to client-specific requirements, supervision, coverage during planned projects and TARs, auditing and visual inspection, documentation reviews, policy review and development, site visits, both on land and offshore. And of course, they offer expert guidance and support ensuring safety, efficiency, and compliance with industry standards, regulations, and legislation. Their services are not limited to Trinidad and Tobago, as they can also provide these services in the Caribbean and South America region. So for more information, feel free to contact them on 774-1498. That is 774-1498. Or visit their website, safetyriggingandliftingconsultancy.com. All right? And when you're calling them, don't forget, it's 868-774-1498. All right? Because they're dealing with outside of Trinidad and Tobago as well. All right. And finally, Open Minds. All right. So Open Minds is saying if you're thinking about getting your child into a solid online school, or you need to boost those grades before exams, Open Minds is now enrolling. They got the daytime classes that run online for preschool, primary, and secondary school, and that covers academics, mindfulness, and skills. And they also have the new evening classes with sciences, and that's just been added. So they're starting today, not today, when it is? Yeah, today's the 22nd, right? Yeah, today, the 22nd of September to December the 12th. And those evening classes will be evenings 5 to 9 p.m. And classes are 100% online with experienced teachers and one-on-one support whenever you need. So secure your space today and WhatsApp Open Minds at 388-6635 or register free at openminds.education. Open Minds Education, learning that fits your lifestyle. All right, so fellas, let me get into it here very quickly because we got to get to E-Nights as well. All right. There was a consultation held by the opposition on standing ground, which is all well and good, no problem, because it is a contentious piece of legislation. But I'm going to run you the news report. Hopefully we don't get flagged for that, for stand your ground misinformation, right? Yeah. So we're going to run you that report courtesy CNC3. Then I'm going to play you the actual public consultation. There is a clip here of a lady speaking. But CNC3 just took out a few seconds of what she said. But I really want to play what she said in a longer version. Because I ain't even going to say it. I'll reserve my comments after. Run with the stand your ground.
The reason for the law is to satisfy a populist imperative. That's the only thing I could see. It is populism that these people are practicing. And we are into fascism. So that is what that is.
Attendees at the People's National Movement's first public consultation on the proposed Home Invasion Self-Defense of Property Bill, commonly referred to as the Stand Your Ground legislation, did not hold back with their feedback. Speaking last evening at City Hall, they made their concerns clear to the opposition panel. Some spoke about possible racial profiling and abuse of power by homeowners.
Talking about stand your ground law, you encourage the people to go and get firearms to protect yourself. And it's not a nice thing because you're going to spike up crime. And having people with firearms in a community I've lived there enough to know that people are very emotional and very trigger happy.
Which aligns with psychologist Sule Joseph's warning that with the country already on edge because of high crime, the hypervigilance of citizens must be taken into consideration. It is also a concern shared by opposition leader Penelope Beckles, who cautions it isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card.
And a lot of people feel that is what stand your ground means. The incident happens, somehow there's some kind of justification, and there isn't a procedure to take place. And that is one of the most important points that we have to be conscious of. What is going to happen, and what is difference between the traditional self-defense that exists at present in the common law.
Senior Counsel Larry Lala points out the government's law, unlike other jurisdictions, neglects the immunity hearing if you are arrested after.
You have a right at an early stage to insist on the matter going before a judge. And once you could show on a prima facie basis that you acted, you stood your ground and used reasonable force, the onus will then be at that very early stage on the police to show that you actually used disproportionate force.
Lala says he hopes the consultations persuade the independent senators to vote against the bill when it comes before them. Government already has the necessary numbers for the bill to pass in Parliament. Jensen Lavend, CNC3 News.
All right. That lady at the start, you hear the rhetoric? Fascism. Sometimes I just wonder, I mean, you can't brainwash somebody that brain dead, eh? But I just saying, where she reached to with that type of rhetoric. Now, this is what she had to say in the actual contribution that she made. This is CNC3 clip. Run me the public consultation. Yeah. Ignore the typing that comes up. Just run me that clip.
About 2.5 years ago, I experienced a home invasion. It was 2:15 in the afternoon, hot sun, Saturday. 5 of us were told. 2 of us were inside, 1 was upstairs, and 2 other people were outside in the backyard. The terrorists did not quite know how many people were actually home. So while they pinned my father and myself down at gunpoint, 3 came inside, 1 was outside as a driver, so there was 4. 2 went upstairs to search my house and encountered my brother upstairs and beat him. My father and I were at gunpoint and were searched and robbed, and my mother and my other brother were in the backyard and did not know what was happening. And all I could do was pray that nobody came inside unexpectedly. Unfortunately, my other brother came inside, met the gunman, got shot. Now, I say all of that to say that I don't support that law because there was no way that even if I had a firearm, would have been able to defend myself. I couldn't pull my cutlass, couldn't pull my kitchen knife, nothing, because of how we were pinned down. And still someone got shot. 2.5 years later, our terror is still out there, as far as I know. There's no case. So this makes no sense to me.
Okay, so very simple. First off, I'm sorry to hear that you were a victim of a home invasion and what you experienced. Nobody should have to experience anybody coming into their own private space and putting you through what you went through. But to admit that there is a problem, to label the intruders as terrorists, the time of day was 2:15 p.m. on a Saturday, broad daylight. And your solution, or lack thereof, is to do nothing? Did I get that right? Is that what she's saying there? And they clap. Bravo. So do nothing because it is your belief that the government is pushing fascism? Where else do they use that rhetoric? Anybody know? Put up your hand now. Where did we hear that? Thank you, in America. Same narrative, same rhetoric. To the opposition's credit, through the opposition leader in the news clip, she did raise some concerns. And this is what I'm saying. Yes, everybody has concerns. But what is the solution? To do nothing? You come out of your own mouth. You label the men that come in your house, the intruders, as terrorists. Now she is saying that thank God that law wasn't around, because even if she had a firearm, she would not be able to draw it because how she was pinned down. Darling, obviously you do not understand anything about owning a firearm. You are talking from the position of somebody who went through a traumatic situation, and you are trying to speak about how you would have responded or anticipated based on a position of being pinned, in a position of already being pinned down. If you are already pinned down, you cannot respond. But if you have a firearm, because of the training that they give you, when you go for a firearm, it makes you more aware of everything that is going around you, one. And two, your response is different. You cannot you cannot form an opinion on a piece of law that is designed to protect citizens from people coming into their house, robbing, possibly raping their loved ones, and might even kill, right, when they come into your house. You cannot give an opinion like that based on no knowledge or experience of owning a firearm. And that is one of the problems that we'll have to deal with that law, is that there are a lot of people who do not know about owning a firearm, and they don't understand the type of training that you go through, what they teach you in that training, how it changes your mindset, etc., etc., etc. Right? If you have a firearm, any firearm holder will tell you, upon listening to that woman don't know what she's talking about. And she doesn't. And that is going to be the thought of the average citizen who know nothing. The next one there, the fellow who was talking about emotional people. Oh God. You ever see somebody ripe with emotion chop up somebody? But they had the right to have a cutlass, right? But you could do the same damage with a cutlass when you get emotional. Or a knife. Anybody could react with any type of weapon when they're emotional. You understand? So bringing that point is mute. Anyhow, let me take some calls, because we are Eid nights coming up in a little bit. It's 24 minutes. Yeah, we could take some calls. Let me take some calls. As it relates to the points raised there during the consultation held by the opposition, I want to tell the opposition, it is, one, you are in opposition. You want to use these consultations and the information from it in order to influence the independent senators to vote against the bill. Which means to say that there is nothing that you see in this bill that is going to benefit persons in terms of defending themselves and their property and their family. So, the gangsters and the criminals will have firearms illegally, and you cannot see any way that you could support this bill to benefit law-abiding citizens and give them a fighting chance to protect themselves. This is what you're telling me. Morning.
Morning. The opposition modus operandi is to ensure that morning.
Right, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the opposition modus operandi is to ensure that the bill fails. They are appealing to the independent senators, or the so-called PNM independent senators, to ensure that the bill fails. And it is going to fail, because all of them have already packed up to vote against the bill, so they won't get the majority that they need. And the home invasions will continue, but it's not about guns alone. It's about the right to defend yourself beyond what we have existing right now. And the tools that is there, because 90% of those who apply for firearms will fail because they would not pass the psychometric test.
Exactly.
And these are the things that is happening. So while we talk about it, all I look at is as the law, the right to defend yourself. And if you do have that right to defend yourself, if you do have that existing and you defend yourself with whatever you have, the police will still arrest you and charge you, because you have to count if they hit your 5 chop. If you live, then give them back 5 chop. If they cuff you 10 times, you're not checking and say, give them back 10 cuff alone. If you're able to do that. So this nonsense that they're talking about, even the MSG and all, do the same thing. As it relates to the PNM, If you did foolishness, then you lose the moral authority to speak about that. And you're supposed to be apologizing to the nation for your tenure, for the nonsense that you have done. The caller who calls in from Siparia, he knows how to occupy your time and disallow others from making their contribution. So why not just a suggestion, just listen to him and then go to the next call, please. Thank you very much.
No problem. No problem. Oh, God, Lord Father. Hey, morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Well, hey, Captain Sarcastic, what's going on? Talk to us.
Well, my brother, the idea that the applications for fire will fail has nothing to do with the psychometric only, but they may not be able to obtain, most of them, a clean certificate of character. So that by itself will be a hindrance on their part.
Right.
And it's nice to see that the opposition has decided to include the parents and the guardians of the home invaders so we can get their perspective. Rather that they decide that they're going to speak to the kids and ask them to desist from such activity. No, they want us not to kill them. Now, your caller made a point about the position of the Couva Hospital. Now, the Couva Hospital was designed with a dedicated burns unit to facilitate the Point Lisas industrial estate.
Yes.
So that people could be attended to quickly.
Yes.
When there's a disaster, especially fire.
Right.
Burns involved. So the nonsense and the rhetoric that you allow him to carry on for a few minutes, I think you should rethink that.
All right.
Because it's just spreading nonsense, really.
Okay.
You know?
I hear you.
So it's nice to see that the opposition has included the actual parents and guardians of the offenders, and we'll get their perspective too. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Lord Father. Oh boy, here I tell you. Morning. I tell you.
Pleasant good morning.
Yeah, morning. What's up?
People have to realize that police service job that hand here, they are can't protect you, you know. Themselves say they can't protect you, you know. So this is the reason why we in a SOE, you know.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that to stop thinking negative and start to think positive, where people running in your house and raping your children, and probably might rape the man too. A man ain't coming out and saying he get raped. If you understand what I'm saying. So you have to protect yourself at all costs. You have to protect your family at all costs.
Correct.
People have to realize what is going on out here.
All right. Yeah, man. All right. Cool. Yeah, I mean, look, I all for the stand your ground. But, of course, the concerns has to be dealt with. There will be concerns in any law, any legislation that is passed, especially one where arming citizens is at the center. So there are certain things that will have to be, debated. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
What's up?
We're happy you're getting Eden Heights on your program moment in the next few minutes because 10 years has passed. They say they're getting new equipment. So you got to ask Sam, the mister, how far technology has advanced when it comes to imaging in the medical services.
Okay.
And I like how them bearing them have plastic on it still. But yet for the last 10 years, people call this program and say they're suffering and sitting down for 24 and 48 hours in hospital. 10 years, they're calling this program.
Yeah.
Different walks of life. And I have no bed. But it's a bed with plastic on it down there.
Yeah.
See how nice it is? And the people who are in charge of this country could pick up the phone, call Carl, and get a flight straight to the preferred medical facilities in New York and Miami and France and England and Singapore and all over the place. You understand? Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It's king and queen still. It's king and queen running this place.
But the
people who just now, I leave it just now because the man took about 25 billion minutes just now earlier, right? The people who in this consultation here, right? I seen the video here. Any of them have a legal firearm on them or in the house? Because I saw some of them right there. Because who's in society?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Who not living hand to mouth?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I have a legal firearm on them. Yeah, and the commissioner tell me that 55,000 FUL holders in this in Trinidad and Tobago, but we is not gun smoke and bonanza yet. And we will never be like that. You understand?
Yeah.
And I don't know how you have a racial profiling of an individual who come in my house when I sleeping. How that happen? I want to know.
Yeah, man.
I'm
All right.
damn vexed this morning.
Thanks a lot. That's a good, great point that the caller made there. All of them who talking against stand your ground legislation, ask them how much of them have a fire. That's a interesting. Ask them how much of them have a firearm. Ask Larry Lala if he have a firearm. Let's ask him. Mr. Lala, do you own a firearm? Are you a fuel holder? Find out from him. Morning.
Yes, sir, I'm Pleasant. Good morning. That's the added to your last policy here, right?
Yeah.
What I want people that say that Tobago to know this. You see the same Mr. Lala that talking here? Mr. Lala lives in a gated community, right?
Yeah.
We have to go in by him, it have checkpoints that everybody could go inside that there. I don't live in a gated community. When I walk in home, I have no security, nothing like that.
Right.
And by listening to these individuals and sit down and talking stuff, it shows you like information that the public have understand the ground legislation. Even though, yes, most of us may not have, let me say whatever it is to get an airfield, but the government is enabling you all to use what within your means, within your premises to defend yourself. You're beating force with force. If you understand.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, everybody's under, every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago is under threat. Miss Beckers and these people and them, they live in gated communities. We cannot go inside it. Once you go inside that, it's checkpoints before you even reach inside there. So when you see them sit down there talking and they're clapping, what the same individuals who sit down in the consultation, what they need to realize, the persons are talking to on the platform, on the podium, or they're not on their level because all they're not living in no gated communities.
Yeah.
So they sit down there and just talking for talking's sake. Let us give the government a chance to give the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago a fighting chance. Because as we have seen on many occasions, the judicial system is in a mess, the police service is in a mess, the prison system is in a mess.
Okay.
People can't continue losing the life of a foolish stuff. Let me be real. We're not living in a bubble. Who want to sit down and go in a consultation and live in a bubble? Allow them to live in the PNM bubble.
All right. No problem. Yeah. And like I said, he mentioned a great point too. How much of them living in gated community with checkpoints and all kind of thing before you can even get to see them? They will live in well secured, you know. You understand? Morning, final caller.
Yes, good morning, thanks. I tried my endeavor best to get you, and you're right. Everybody said almost everything that I wanted to say. Of course, Larry Lala has a firearm. You understand? And most of those...
I wonder why you would.
You wonder why? Well, he gets it. He qualified, you know. And one of the main things that is going to change in the legislation is that if somebody enters your house and that person was not invited, then you can use force. You understand? He's talking about, he's conning people today, Stefan, to tell persons that the first thing, try to get before the court first. You will not be charged if someone enters your house without authorization.
Right.
You know, Stefan, that is the bottom line. And you know, let us, you know, we agree that the PNM should not talk about anything for the past 50 years. They could talk on anything else. So give them that amount, right? So
Okay.
thanks. I don't want to keep you back anymore. And you know, I want to say, my husband is into sports, and I have never really, you know, was awake to see it, but I congratulate the TKR, Stefan. I know very little again about it. All I know is that they won with the last batsman or something like that. And one of the things that even the announcers said, if you notice, and it was so, anybody who was watching the cricket would see, anytime Trinidad was scoring or nobody in Guyana was supporting. And he said we need the unity, and we need unity in our own country. You understand, Stefan? So you take care. Thanks. Have a good day.
All right, no problem. Yep. All right, no problem. I got to hold up there because we got to get to Eden Heights. Tomorrow we'll have some other issues to deal with. I see another issue relating with Foster Cummins. As it relates to HDC properties now. I think the reporters said they went to some property and it had FC on the gate or some kind of thing, so on FC on the garbage thing. But that could be football club or fried chicken. I mean, it's not, I mean, Foster comments. But we'll see if we can touch base with that. FC could be plenty thing. It could be football club. You know what I mean? That would be Foster comments. Lord Father. And oh yes, I saw Vicky Boudram was freed on 100 fraud charges. Why? Former travel agent Vicky Boudram was discharged for more than 100 fraud charges after prosecutors repeatedly failed to file evidence against her. They repeatedly failed to file evidence against her. And all they're telling me this country is not comedy. Lord Father, the Vicky Boudram we talking about, you know. All you know who's Vicky Boudram, right? Oh God. And I think she had escaped the prison in Aruka too back in 2017 or 16 or whenever it was. She escaped the prison in Aruka, you know. I think she could still be charged for that, but the fraud charges, I think she get away. Lord Father, you are telling you. All right, just to remind you all, Boudram was the owner of the defunct Boudram Travel and Ship Ahoy Cruises Limited, and she was accused of defrauding clients of more than $1 million in payments for a 2011 cruise that never took place. She was initially charged with 109 fraud-related offenses, but 2 counts were dismissed when victims died. She also faced 2 money laundering charges linked to the purchase of a Mercedes-Benz and a Palmy's property worth more than $2 million. And with all of that and 109 fraud-related charges, somehow prosecutors repeatedly failed to file evidence against her. Fellas, let me don't be criminals, we go be the bad lucky ones. I know I'm telling you, let me don't get into no life of crime or anything that questionable. Let me don't, because I'm telling you, we go be the bad luck. I'm telling you, let me go be the bad luck. We is the ones that go make it stick, man. Hey, Eden Nights, they're coming up next. So Eden Nights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, halotherapy, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. They also have consultation services. And you can visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago. You can also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can WhatsApp them on 4939-196 or email them at edennightsdistributors@gmail.com. Stay tuned, they're coming up next. Ho, 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 ho. That's right, it's your boy Stephen Claus, and I'm here to tell you about the Breaking Dawn Christmas Party. The date is Saturday the 13th of December. The location is Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary, and the time will be from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Premium drinks inclusive, live entertainment, food on sale. Tickets will be available from September the 30th, so keep it right here on Breaking Dawn for more information, or follow me on social media on my Facebook page, Stephen Reese, and I will see you on Saturday, December the 13th. Make sure and get all the tickets earlier. I shall say no more. Do not forget, this is a charity event. Part proceeds go to the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Bless.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Get a chance to win all-inclusive finals home lines when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB. Terms and conditions apply.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Hey boy, oh boy. What are going on? Are you looking stressed out? Why, if you need no real pressure right now, trying to register for my associate degree. It's real expensive, plus I have no maths. I didn't pass maths. Real pressure. I don't know what to do right here. How are you looking happy, so?
But I must be happy. I get all my subjects, plus I get one in law. So I looking to go and register to do my law degree right now.
Serious?
But why you didn't do Form 6 like me? In LS, it's free, plus your parents could save money for your university as well. And you could even do your maths at the same time.
I could do over my maths?
I'm telling you. Let me go now and register.
I have to go and sign up for it.
But you sticking, you should have come here a long time, you know.
Well, I'm so glad you told me about this. I'm really thankful.
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and Immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no charge.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and for the next 15 minutes, we're going to be joined by Dr. Navarro and Dr. Thompson from Eden Heights. We're going to be talking about circulation and pain. So, gentlemen, good morning to you. And we're starting off with Dr. Navarro this morning. Dr. Navarro, circulation and pain, where do we start?
Well, usually in your foot and your leg.
Yeah.
But that is a very, very, very common thing. But most diabetics suffer with it. Not only diabetics, but what you're finding today is that a lot of people with poor circulation also suffer with the neuropathy. And of course, there is a solution for that. We have a solution for that in terms of the treatment. But basically what happened, let me explain what's going on here. With diabetes, there's two conditions that usually prevail and continue to prevail and get chronic. Even though you're taking your medication and you may think that you're controlling your blood sugar, you're actually just treating the symptoms of the disease. You're not really dealing with the issue of the neuropathy in the legs. So what happens after a while is that it starts with tingling, then you start to get numbness, and of course, once the blood is not reaching to the nerves, right? Mm-hmm. And the nerves not receiving enough blood flow, that is when the pain starts. And the pain can be chronic. And let me tell you how chronic it can be. It can reach the point where you can't sleep. You go to sleep with the pain, and you wake up with the pain. It is constant. All right?
Right.
So that's one of the main issues, and that's because of the blood flow. Now with ozone therapy, when you inject ozone, and of course we're talking about intravenous, not just rectal. We do rectal and other forms of ozone, but the intravenous ozone, when it mixes with the blood, it forms peroxide. And one of the basic things with peroxide, and the good thing about peroxide, is that it heals the nerves. It brings healing to the nervous system and the nerves. Another thing as well you could use and for inflammation and pain is the ozonated saline. And of course that also it pain any part of the body. A lot of people have arthritic pain, their joint pains, they have knee pain, back pain. Now when they're complaining about a particular pain in a certain area, we could do, of course, if you have a knee pain, we could do the prolozone. But when you talk about somebody, when they come in and they say have pain all over the body, usually what we would do, change the diet, of course, because what we want to do is to remove all inflammatory foods from the patient's diet, and that would be dairy, sugar, animal protein, flour. These are the main foods that create problems, especially the flour today, because I don't know if you know anything. You ever heard about a lady called Barbara? What's her last name, brother? Brian?
Barbara O'Neill.
Oh, Barbara O'Neill, right. Barbara O'Neill explained something to me that I never knew about in flour, something called amplopectin. And that is because the flour we're using since 1969, they changed the type of flour you were using. And that flour, yes, is genetically modified. And what she was explaining is that there are two types of amplopectin, amplopectin A and amplopectin B. And amplopectin A is found in flour, and it is the highest form of amplopectin, and that creates inflammatory condition, and of course, eventually it will lead to pain. So when you're eating a lot of bread or flour, especially the flour that we're eating today, it can cause inflammation and pain in the body. And that can also, not only does it do that, but it spikes the blood sugar very, very high. And then after a while, it drops the blood sugar very low. So the body then has to use glucagon to bring it back up. So it's like a roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that creates a lot of problems. So, and of course, inflammation will always, the body, the pain, the nerves are there to tell you, in a very simple way, I ain't going into no technical thing. The nerves are there to tell you that there's something wrong. You get pain, that's a signal to tell you that there's pain. It's like a fire alarm system in your body. All right? When your fire alarm go off, it's not because it feel like going off, it's because where there's smoke, there's what?
Fire.
That's correct. So, the important thing is change of diet. We must change the diet, of course. Changing the diet, removing the anti-inflammatory foods, and then, of course, we could use ozone, we could use ozonated saline, we could use hydrogen peroxide. All of them have a very, very powerful effect upon the nervous system and the blood flow. And that's why we do oxidative therapies in the clinic, because these are tried and tested. We don't have to think whether or if it is going to work or if it's not going to work. We know this because we've been doing this for more than 19 years. We've been doing these therapies.
Right.
So when people come in with neuropathy and pain or circulation issues, or the foot turning black and the toes turning dark and they're getting cramp, we already know what this issue is, and we already know how to deal with it. Right?
Right.
And of course, we have supplements we use, not besides the diet plan, and besides the treatments, we also use particular type of supplements to improve the circulation and blood flow to the nerves. Because of course, as I said before, it starts with tingling, numbness. Some people talk about if they're walking and they feel like they're walking on a cushion because the nerve endings are being damaged.
Right.
Because there's no oxygen. Oxygen is not reaching to the extremities of the leg. And that's why, going back now to prolozone therapy, why prolozone for joints works so effectively, because not only are we putting a cocktail into the space where there's injury, but we also put oxygen. The ozone converts into oxygen, and it provides oxygen for the tissue. And therefore, when you bring oxygen to the tissue, you bring life, energy, and of course the cells are able to respirate, is the word, or breathe, right, through ATP, and of course that helps reverse the condition, right? Right. I think I've talked enough here. I'll let Thompson talk a little bit.
All right. So, Dr. Thompson, just before you spoke about flour, right? I was talking to a guy from Europe, and he asked me at time. He said, "But Stefan, I went to order something to eat, and I tell him, I want no bread." And he said, "Well, why you want the bread?" I said, "Nah, stay away from the flour." And he was like, "Man, where I grew up, we eat bread like 3 times a day, and I don't pour no weight from bread." So, and then it got me to thinking, because he said, maybe the flour in Europe is better than what we get here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Possible.
But is that a fact? In terms of you mentioned the flour, because people have this thing, they have to stay away from flour.
You want me or Thompson to answer that?
But we're going to Thompson, so I'll let Thompson open that, and then he could get into it and jam. Yeah. Thompson.
All right. Well, morning to everyone. Yes, Stefan. Well, the question, I think of bread as this particular thing where bread is the staff of life. I put it that way. So if you actually get good type of flour to use, that you can make good wholesome bread, I think that is what maybe the guy would have been using, right? Good wholesome bread. Now, they do what you call things like sourdough that persons will actually use. They use spelt flour, rye flour, buckwheat,
sourdough.
Some other type of flour as well. Those are generally the healthier form that persons would actually use, and seen that not to really cause too much of a problem. But too much of anything could actually contribute to a problem in the first place. So it's a balance, and then you also have to know yourself as well. You have to know what your body can handle. Not because you might eat the bread, somebody else will basically will eat it and it will feel horrible. So you always have to know yourself. I don't demonize it as a lot of persons will do, but we generally look for the healthier forms, because not everybody is going to afford, or maybe let's say not everybody has the capability of buying so many healthy things, and then the little bread that they have at home, they might use it just to keep themselves going, because they need nutrients for the body to function.
Sandwich.
What I would say to persons is that as we're talking on things like circulation, as you actually touched on the bread, sometimes there are persons who are actually in extreme pain. When you take them off the flour, the pain goes away. So you have to look at the patient that you're actually dealing with carefully. And this is why it's done individually as well, right? Not collectively. When you look at patients individually, you'll see what actually is working for them. Sometimes some of them may do ozone alone, it works for them. Sometimes some will have to do ozone plus another treatment, and that works better for them. So the main thing is, of course, is to relieve suffering for persons, right? So once you reach into a stage of relieving suffering, of course, we can use all of our different treatments at the clinic to actually help with that. As I always push for persons to try to do the whole program. Yes, they can come in, they can do knee injections and they feel no pain, but guess what? When they haven't changed their diet, when they have toxic waste build up in the colon, when they basically haven't cleaned out the liver, taken care of the kidneys, then guess what's going to happen? The inflammation level starts to rise even higher again. So I will always push for a person to try to do the whole program, and if they could do the whole program, they'll actually do better in that instance, because we do have persons who, for example, that are actually an Alzheimer's patient, well, she had dementia, sorry, and she was grinding her teeth and all of those things, and put on a sort of cleansing, basically colon hydrotherapy, and that within about the 5th cleanse, she stopped grinding. She basically was comfortable, relaxed. Now, of course, this happened years ago. And then, of course, recently, another patient came with the same thing, and, we start the whole process again. So, in other words, letting persons know that while it takes time for you to develop pain over a period of time, it takes time, of course, for you to recover as well. So, as always mentioned, the persons, there are persons who will come in and they want quick fix. They want injection to work in one day, and if they don't work in one day, they're disappointed. But I'm telling you, you're going to be disappointed a lot, because sometimes you're using the strongest painkiller and it's not working for you. So you're going to be disappointed. But here's what, if you take your time and make those changes slowly, step by step, all right, and start cleansing the body, the whole body itself, you're gonna see results. And as we deal with persons, we're here to help as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
You can't help everybody, but you can basically give instructions so that persons can actually try. Because if a person don't really try for themselves, then you really can't do much for that person.
Right.
Especially persons that come in, sometimes they just do injections. And they're doing injections, but they're not going home and make any changes at all. And they're expecting results. You always let persons know. Go home, make some changes so that when you're doing injections or whenever you're doing any treatments at the clinic, you're gonna see results. And persons who do that over that 90-day period to, let's say, a 3-month period, they see the results that they want. Of course, it might be a little costly for some person, but when you put aside and you see it from you really want to deal with a problem or you want to prevent issues, we're here to help as much as we can. You had a question? Not too sure.
No, I was listening to you.
Okay, right. How much time again?
Well, we had 15 minutes, but we'll give you a minute again.
Right,
I'll give you another minute. Go ahead.
You got a minute, you're lucky.
All right.
You got blind.
What I want persons to know, you reach into a stage that you suffer, in pain, you have neuropathy, you're dealing with diabetes, you have heart disease, you have cancer, you have high blood pressure, arthritis. You're just looking for answers, all right? By God's grace, you can come in, you can sit down, talk to Dr. Navarro, talk with myself, talk to Mr. Diaz, and we'll try to put together a plan for you so that you can actually start getting to the stage of healing. Complete healing takes time, right? Within 3 months, persons actually see results, but the complete healing comes as a lifetime. All right, I'll say that again. Complete healing comes as a lifetime. But some persons, after 3 months, they're feeling good, and then they go back to the way that they used to be before. And then sometimes you see them about a year, they're limping again. Okay, what have you done? Have you been taking care of yourself? Have you been doing what you need to do to get yourself back on track?
Right.
So again, you don't need to suffer. Call us or WhatsApp us, and let's see what we can do for you by God's grace.
I just want to give a quick, nice little recipe for people who have circulation issues and high blood pressure. Is they can use 1 tablespoon of raw cocoa powder in hot water.
What, 1 tablespoon of what?
Raw cocoa powder, not the normal other one would have sugar and thing.
Raw cocoa powder?
Yes, you put it in water and you add half a tablespoon of cayenne powder, and if you're not diabetic, you can add a little honey to it, and you drink that a teacup every day. And not only will it reduce the people who have high blood pressure and people who have circulation problems, understand? But it will increase, as I said, the blood flow. If you look at cocoa and you examine cocoa, it has many benefits. That is the raw cocoa, eh?
Right.
Raw cocoa. All right. So that's a little recipe I want to give somebody. Anybody can use it. And it's so easy to make and quick.
All right.
1 tablespoon, you put the kettle on, or you put the pot on, put the hot water in the cup, 1 tablespoon, mix it, half a teaspoon of cayenne powder, or you could put more, and then you add a little honey, you mix it, and you drink that a cup every day. And you will see how your circulation will improve drastically.
All right, cool, man. All right, well, guys, thanks a lot, and thanks for joining us next week, man.
Yes,
All
and
right,
don't forget, it's no more chicken curry, but curry chicken.
They get the curry chicken, yeah.
They get the curry chicken.
Like, all enjoyed our game last night, boy.
Boy, don't forget that.
All right, fellas, later.
Later.
Yep. So I'll tell you what, with
God
that,
bless.
before we're going to take the final break, when we return from the break, we're going to wrap up with the birthday. Stay tuned.
Ho, 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 ho. That's right, it's your boy Stefan Claus, and I'm here to tell you about the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. The date is Saturday the 13th of December. The location is Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary, and the time will be from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Premium drinks inclusive, live entertainment, food on sale. Tickets will be available from September the 30th, so keep it right here on Breaking Dawn for more information, or follow me on social media on my Facebook page, Stefan Reese, and I will see you on Saturday, December the 13th. Make sure and get all the tickets earlier. I shall say no more. Do not forget, this is a charity event. Part proceeds go to the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Bless.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it. Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure it's the results she coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh. 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. just this morning I see elders classes advertised online. So we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Oh, hey, I gotta say good morning to Joey Rivers, man. All right, Joey Rivers watching the show this morning. He agreed with my opening statements on criminals and that kind of thing. And I see here, before I get into the birthdays here, somebody sent me a message. Where is it? This is Alistair. Alistair. Morning, could you imagine Penny big up Shamfa for Keyshawn Walcott's gold medal? She did that? That really happened? Shamfa Cudjoe, the worst sports minister ever in the history of sportsdom. Let me just clear this up real quick, because we have 6 birthdays. First and foremost, Keyshawn Walcott is to be credited for Keyshawn Walcott accomplishing what Keyshawn Walcott accomplished, because the athlete has to have the discipline and the passion, right? Discipline and passion first, to become an elite athlete in whichever discipline that they pursue, right? We all know how Keyshawn Walcott started. Good? Now after that, you could look to sponsorship and maybe government assistance, right? But the athlete themselves, as an individual, must be credited first. Nobody mustn't be credited for that, right? And as a matter of fact, if anybody could even whisper an ounce of credit especially for Keyshawn Walcott, you have to go back to Anil Roberts. It was Anil Roberts as the sport minister who gave Keyshawn Walcott, I think it was 2 professional world-class javelins, and say, go boy, go and represent Trinidad and Tobago. Pell the hell out of them javelins. It is he was the minister of sport then. And Keyshawn went to the Olympics. He hadn't won anything or anything like that yet. He went to the junior championship, and he won gold there. And then eventually he went into the Olympics and won gold there. Off the back of that support that he got when Anil Roberts was minister of sport. Let me just correct that. So and Keyshawn has been representing Trinidad and Tobago consistently from then to now. And we could sit down here and talk about, somebody mentioned elite athlete program. Let me tell you something. Under Anil Roberts, there was a list of about over 80. We had over 80 athletes that was benefiting from that program. Under Shamfa Cudjoe, they cut it down to 20. So to even, boy, look now, it doesn't make no sense. Let me just leave that right there. I'll leave that right there. It doesn't make no sense. Oh, God, boy. But any credit for any accomplishment, give the athletes the props first. You understand? Nobody shouldn't come and take no platform and say they're taking, this one should be, no. I don't see all of them pelted, I don't see all of them training and thing with the athlete at all. You understand? It is the athlete that have to train and excel, and they have to have the drive to want to be the best. Right, fellas, we are 6 years, eh? All right, 6 like them that went into the stands in the CPL last night. All right, there we go. Happy birthday to our loving nephew, Christian John, from Mother Celicia and Neil. All right? So, Christian, happy birthday to you, man. Also, happy birthday to Andrea Arno from Kim, Navin, and her 3 brothers. All right? So, wait, the 3 brothers I mentioned? Oh, yeah, her 3 brothers, Akil, Jamal, Nasser, and nephew Mateo. All right, so happy birthday going out to Andrea Arno. Also, happy 91st birthday going out to Rudolph Spanish Amon. Good morning, would like to wish Rudolph Amon, known to everyone as Spanish, a happy 91st birthday, coming from wife Janet, daughters Wendy and Lisa, sons Sean and Ronnie, and all of his grandchildren. All right, nice man. Easy Spanish. Hi, Stefan. Kindly wish my mother, Jacqueline Williams, grandmother of Evan Nascimento, a very special happy birthday today. We hope that God gives her many more healthy years to spend with us. And this is coming from her children, Anil, Shamila, Kevin, Mickey, husband Prakash, and grandchild Evan. Wishing her a wonderful day. Lovely. Also, sending birthday greetings to Jacqueline Williams, who celebrates her birthday on the 22nd of September, that is today. Best wishes coming from her loving husband, Prakash. He wants you to know that he loves you very, 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 very much. Also, birthday greetings coming from your daughter and your 3 sons, your son-in-law, daughter-in-law, and 1 grandson, as well as your mother, 5 sisters, and 1 brother. Many nieces and nephews, and the Ayong, Rupchan, and Visesa families. Have a safe, blessed, and rewarding week, Stefan and crew. All right, nice man. That was the same one? No, yeah, Jacqueline Williams. That was twice. Oh, good. All right. And finally, thanks, Stefan, for a great show with Crazy, the Calypsonian. It's my grandmother's birthday in November. What? In November? She will be 90 years old. Blessings of health and strength to all the aging Caribbean women. Granny Wine. Hey, all right, so we got to wrap things up. I went way over my time. We wrap things up for today. And people, if you were paying attention this morning, the Breaking Dawn Christmas party tickets will be out on September the 30th. I'm looking forward to you all coming out and support this event. Of course, part of the proceeds will go to the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We have live entertainment. It is a premium drinks inclusive. I want to thank Trinidad and Tobago Import Export. We are entering into a deal with them as it relates to the bar and their brands. And we're going to have everything from top of the line scotch to vodka, come straight down the road. We're going to have a wine bar with non-alcoholic and alcoholic wine. We're going to have a cocktail section. Food will be on sale. That's the only thing you have to pay for is food. But the Breaking Dawn Christmas party is on December the 13th, Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary. There's some footage of it last year. I tell you, it was great last year. We had a time. People came out. I would like this to be bigger this year, going all out this year. When I tell you I'm going all out this year, I mean it. We're going all out. I ain't holding back this year. From the decor to everything this year, I want people to come out and celebrate with Breaking Dawn. You know, as viewers of the program, I tell you, it was just a fantastic event last year. So people, you'll hear more about it, but tickets will be out from September 30th, and the outlets I will give you, I'm going to confirm all of the outlets and stuff this week, so that later on this week, well, between now and Tuesday, because we have Republic Day on Wednesday, but I'll get all that information to you guys before the end of the week. But definitely, I want you all to get your tickets early, come out, have a great time. Until tomorrow, we are out. Later, big up TKR, man. Good morning.